Hello, fellow teacher. Did you know that in your classroom, you have students with different learning styles and preferences? To ensure learning happens at the same pace for all, you are encouraged to apply Universal Design for Learning, UDL. UDL is a teaching approach designed to optimize learning by using flexible methods, materials, and assessments to accommodate different learning needs for all students in the classroom. UDL is mediated in 3 principles, namely multiple means of representation, multiple means of engagement, and multiple means of action and expression. Multiple means of representation. To apply this principle, you are expected to create an inclusive and engaging learning environment by using diverse instructional methods, including visual, auditory, text-based materials, assessive technologies, hands-on activities, peer discussions, flexible access, and quick assessments. Multiple means of engagement. To apply this principle, you are expected to recognize and accommodate individual differences to enhance students' engagement and motivation. Multiple means of action and expression. To apply this principle, you are expected to offer diverse assessment methods, encouraging verbal and written expression, incorporating hands-on activities, and using technology to allow students to demonstrate understanding in various ways. Teacher, you are requested to incorporate or apply these 3 principles into lesson planning and curriculum delivery in your classroom. Learner's readiness.
Learner's readiness, this is an entry point for the learners or students to be prepared for learning. And in the learner's readiness, we can apply one of the 3 principles of UDL. That is multiple means of engagement. In learner's engagement, we are going to apply different ways of engaging learners. For example, a teacher can use a song, a teacher can play a video, a teacher can tell a story, and so on.
Sharing the polite way, a polite way, a polite way. Sharing the polite way of saying I love you.
Sharing the polite way, a polite way, a polite way. Sharing the polite way of saying I love you.
Introduction.
After learner's readiness, in UDL, we have introduction. In introduction, a teacher can apply multiple means of engagement by creating safe and supportive learning environment, which is going to motivate these learners or students to learn.
In introduction, learners enter the lesson with the support of the teacher through demonstration, storytelling, role plays, video plays, chat display, and many more.
Here, we are going to follow a video, and then after, I will be asking you the questions to answer from the video.
I'm not giving it to you. Daddy, Ganza is taking my orange.
Oh, may I have that orange, please?
Here, Dad.
See, I told you. Dad will give me the orange because I am older than you.
No, Ganza, I'm not going to give you the whole orange.
But why?
Because you can both share this orange.
But it is the only orange left.
I understand. But this orange can be shared by many people. I am going to cut it into 2 halves.
Dad, what are halves?
Alright, let's sit down and I will explain what a half is. If I cut this orange and divide it into 2 equal parts, then one part is called a half and the other one is also called a half, which means we have 2 halves.
Oh!
See? Each one of you can take 1 half.
Thank you, Dad. I can't wait to...
What have you followed from the video? Bruno. When you divide an orange into 2 equal parts, they are called halves. Yes? Sharing equally. Sharing? Sharing equally. But we had Ganza and who? And Wase. Let us suppose that, okay, let me ask you this question. If Ganza is given 4 halves of an orange, how many whole oranges does he have? Ian? 4? 4? Okay? There are 4. How many oranges, whole oranges, can be formed from 4 halves of an orange? 4 halves can form how many oranges? It seems 4 halves can form 2 oranges. When you arrange 4 halves, you can form 2 oranges. Our lesson of today is multiplying a fraction by a whole number.
Lesson development.
In the lesson development, this is where the real teaching and the real learning is taking place. In the real teaching and real learning, a teacher uses the 2 principles of UDL. These are the multiple means of representation. Here, a teacher uses multiple means of representation. Maybe, for example, he can use a video to represent a content, can use a story, can use diagrams or images to represent a content. Because remember, behind all this, we are having an inclusive classroom.
Okay, before you continue, so I want to put you in groups. So you form a group of 5 or 6, a group of 6, okay? So you are 3 here, form a group.
In lesson development, we have another principle, UDL principle, which is multiple means of engagement. And this is where a teacher uses different styles, because we are having learners with different learning styles. For example, a teacher puts the students in groups and provides them with activities where these learners inclusively, they are going to be using multiple means of engagement. For example, one group can use hands-on activities or experiment. Another group can have playing video. Another group can have presenting images or charts. But all these focus on the same content. Why? We are having different students with different learning styles. Therefore, we need to apply different ways of engaging them so that the learning takes place at the same pace and the students are motivated in the learning.
For those ones with oranges, we are going to cut that orange into 4 parts, 4 equal parts. You arrange 9 halves to form whole beans. Yes. Okay. Count 9 halves. Count 9 halves. After counting them, you arrange, okay, them so that 2 halves make the whole bean. 2 halves make the whole bean. Okay? And you present to us how many whole beans you have and how many parts you have. Okay, after cutting our orange into 4 equal parts, and then you arrange these 4, okay. You arrange 6 parts. You arrange 6 parts and present to us how many whole ones, okay? How many whole oranges you get and the fraction that is left. So we had how many parts? There were 6, right? There were 6. And then the total parts were 6. We divided that orange, okay, from a whole orange. So it was 4. We had 4 parts. That is the whole orange. Then plus a half of it, that is 4 and a half orange. So when we change this into improper fraction, we get 6, no, okay, you get 7, you get 9, 9 divided by 2. So in the beans we have a half plus a half plus a half. How many times? 9 times. So multiplication is the repeated addition. Repeated? Addition. Yes. So we repeated a half 9 times, right? So it is a half times 9. Okay. So we multiply the numerator by this 9 to get 9 over 2. Okay? So then we get, when we divide, we get 4 and so we arranged the halves of beans to get 4 whole beans, okay, and a half bean, and a half bean. Also on the oranges, okay, on the oranges we had 6 parts, okay. Then 4 made the whole part of the whole orange, and then we remained with a half of an orange, okay. So multiplication is the repeated addition. Very good.
During lesson development, you should promote collaboration, encourage creative expression through diverse communication methods, allow self-pacing, offer students a choice on how they respond, and use flexible tools and resources, both digital and printed, to accommodate different learning styles.
He needs how many doses of a child? Very good. Let us give him flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers.
The importance of applying multiple means of representation and multiple means of engagement during lesson development is to help the teacher and the students themselves inclusively to learn perfectly at their learning pace.
Assessment and conclusion.
After lesson development, we are now going to look at assessment. In assessment, students have already done the activities, and now the teacher needs to know how they have done the activities. What is their ideas? What is their findings? Students are going to use multiple means of action and expression, whereby a student can decide to use either by telling a story, by having an experiment being conducted, by presenting the real image of what he has learned. The student can also use a video or a project to express his or her ideas from the learning process.
During the assessment, teachers are expected to differentiate assessment difficulty. Use different assessment formats such as quizzes, projects, presentations. Then offer learners different options to demonstrate learning and incorporate real-world relevance and interactive assessments such as games or simulations to help maintain students' interest.
Take this as your homework. Multiply 5/12 times 24. Then the second one is saying that what is a quarter of 20 mangoes? Thank you for your attention. Let us meet in the next lesson. Bye-bye.